Second review of the day. This one is of The Invisible Man. Now, I have to admit, I was coming into this a little bit jaded. I guess that's the right phrase to be using this. I guess I'm using that phrase right. I had originally saw a movie with the same title, but it was made. I had to Google it, but it was made in 1933, and that was based off a book that was published in like 1897. So we're dealing. This is an old story. Um, but coming into this one, I'm like, okay, I know the story already existed, so I'm interested to see their take on it. That's all. Um, and the first thing that really got me was I was surprised that they chose the the actress to be the lead. I was like, why are they choosing her? Because I feel she doesn't fit the criteria for uh, a girl to be. She doesn't fit the criteria for a girl that's solely eye candy. She could actually act, which is a plus, of course, because she has to act on so many different levels. She has to act scared. She has to act in love. She has to act insane, and she does them all decently well. Um, and there's another actor in there. I don't like him at all. He's not a good actor. He was in a movie with the Rock. What's his name? Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He was in a movie with him called Faster, which wasn't a good movie. The only reason I like that movie is because of the Rock's car in that movie. It's a really nice Chevelle. But anyway, um, and there's another actor in there. He played in Straight Outta Compton, and I think that's the only notable thing. He's a big, tall, black uh, black brother. I don't know. I looked him up to see what other movies he had been in. Now wasn't nothing. I don't think I've seen too many of his. I don't think I've seen too many of the movies that he's been in. Um, I feel like I hate talking bad about movies. I think I explained this in another video. I just hate talking bad about movies because I get to thinking about all the effort that's been put into it, but it's not a good movie. And and I think the only reason I'm saying that is because of the last review I just did. That movie was pretty powerful compared to this one. So it's I know what it is. You can't. I'm gonna make a couple of food references. So the first one is you can't have uh, a really flavorful food right next to a. You can't do a taste test on a really flavorful food and a really bland food. They'll never compare. And the second food reference, this movie is similar to when you're making a recipe and you go to taste it, like, and you go, oh, it's missing something. That's what this movie's missing something. It just needs like one or two more ingredients, and it would have been tolerable, or it was already tolerable. It would have been better, you know, it would have been rewatchable. But this movie is not rewatchable. Um, Overall, I give credit to the lead actress because I think she had more control over her character, and she realized that she realized what an actual character arc is. So she was able to convey that to the writers and make her character make sense. If that makes any sense. Um, the idea that um, two people will be in a relationship, she feels unsafe. She decides to leave. The guy commits suicide. Turns out he really didn't commit suicide, and he invented some see-through. I mean, some. Oh, damn! I'm just seeing a lot of women out here today. And he decided. I'm sorry for making that sound too. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry for making that sound. Um, and the fact that he decides to make some type of invisibility suit, follow her around. He gave her $5 million in the will, follow her around and make her look insane. And all he wanted was a to impregnate her. She got pregnant, and oh yeah, there's one big hole in it. She tries to commit suicide in the movie, and she does it the right way too, where you go vertically. You don't go when you slit the wrist. You go down to get more surface area of the vein. You go down. You don't go across. She did it the right way, and she didn't die. And she did it, and she winded up actually fighting him off and chasing him around. And then like the next scene, she just had a basic bandage on it. I'm like, she should have bled out right there. If she did it right, she should have bled out because she went pretty deep. I'm just saying. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of violence in this movie. I'm trying to think. You know what I think? It's two things that saved this movie for me. I'll say that. The length of it. Now, I know some people will be like, what are you talking about, the length? Like, it's just like seeing a woman who has larger features. Like, she's larger up top, or she's larger down there, or she has a really pretty face, or whatever. I'm a heterosexual, so that's what I'm comparing to. You know, but if you see a woman, in my opinion, if you see a woman that's proportionate all the way over, it's like, oh, she's more attractive to me than someone who has one feature better than the other, or one feature that sticks out. So that's what helps this movie. It's proportionate. The character, the main character's arc is decent. The length of the movie helps because it's able, not to say the length. I'll take that back. It's the way that the information is delivered inside the length of the movie that makes it good. And another thing is it's the amount of characters that you would think if a movie has too many characters I can't follow it. No, this movie is a perfect example of how having a decent amount of characters is great. Because if they're all played right, or if they're all put right in the right places during the telling of the story, it'll aid to the overall story. And that's what this movie does. So she runs away, invisible suit, tortures. He's tortured, trying to make it seem like she's crazy. $5 million. People start getting killed. Oh, and then in the end of the movie, he winds up getting killed. I'm just gonna tell you, she winds up finding another suit and it kills him. So it's like, oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, I ruined the movie, but if you're going to watch it, sorry. I forgot what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? I really forgot what I was gonna say, man. I really just had a brain fart. Jesus. I'm probably gonna remember that like 3 hours from now. But damn, that's what I should have said. Whoo. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? She found a suit, killed him. Invisible Man. I don't remember. I really just lost that thought. Does that scare you a little bit? When you can be sitting there in the middle of a thought and then lose it? And you're just like, oh, I don't know what I was going to talk about next. Decent movie. I wouldn't watch it again. If you have some time to kill, the good thing about the time that this particular time of the year, there's a lot of Oscar nominated films out right now, so you don't have to waste your time on films like this. Oh God, I shouldn't be talking so bad about this movie. You know what it is? The only reason I feel this way about this movie is because of the last review I just uploaded. That movie was really powerful. I think I said this already, didn't I? I feel like I said this already, but yeah, that's the only thing I can think about this movie. Tomorrow is a spotlight. I think I'm enjoying this movie. I'm rewatching it right now, and I haven't watched it. Okay, I'm not gonna say anymore.